How does funding dependency influence international organizations? Imagine a world where organizations that aim to help millions are influenced by the money they receive. Funding dependency can shape how these groups operate and make decisions. When international organizations relying heavily on specific donors or limited sources of money, their independence can be affected. This reliance can lead to situations where the interests of the funders influence the organization's priorities. For example, if a donor prefers certain policies, the organization might focus on those, even if they don't fully align with the needs of the people they serve. Funding often comes from governments or large foundations that support projects with specific goals. When funds are tied to particular conditions, organizations might prioritize those conditions over their original mission. This can create a mismatch between what the organization wants to do and what the donor expects. For instance, an organization working on health issues in developing countries might have to shift focus if a major donor suddenly changes its funding priorities. From a political point of view, donors can use funding as a way to influence international policies. If a country cuts aid, the organization might have to reduce programs or change strategies. This can weaken the organization's ability to act independently and may impact its reputation for neutrality. It can also lead to a situation where global governance is shaped more by donor interests than by the needs of the communities involved. Ethically, dependence on external funding can make organizations less accountable to the people they serve. Instead of focusing on community needs, they might focus on satisfying donors' reporting requirements. This can lead to a lack of trust from local populations and reduce the organization's legitimacy. Plus, when funding is linked to political agendas, sensitive issues or vulnerable groups might be ignored if they conflict with donor interests. To address these issues, many international organizations are trying new ways to fund their work. They are blending grants with private investments, social bonds, and partnerships with local groups. These strategies aim to reduce reliance on any single source of funding and promote transparency. They also help organizations stay true to their ethical commitments of fairness and respect for local voices. In the end, funding dependency influences international organizations by creating ethical and political challenges. It can limit their independence, affect how they serve communities, and shape global policies. Finding diverse and sustainable funding sources is key to maintaining their integrity and effectiveness in tackling emerging global challenges.